Hello everyone, welcome to Dr. A's Anatomy and Physiology Lab series. I am Dr. A and in this video we will explore anatomy using molar specimen and the lab demonstrations to better understand how the human body is structured and how it functions. Hello class, today we are going to go over the urinary system. Make sure you have this handout. We are going to go over these terminologies. So when you look at the urinary system is collectively composed of kidneys, urethra, urinary bladder and ureters. So I will go over each structures based on what we study. So this is the model we go over in the lab. This is mainly we see in that abdominal pelvic cavity, this organs. There are two kidneys, healthy kidneys over here showing. So on the top you see this is a bean shaped structure. On the top this triangular shaped structure which is adrenal gland. Now look at the blood vessels of the kidney on this model. The renal artery shown in red carries oxygen rich blood which the abdominal aorta to the kidney. This blood contains oxygen, nutrients and waste product that needs to be filtered. The renal vein shown in blood carries the filtered blood away from the kidney and return it to the inferior vena cava which transport the blood back to the heart. Remember this. The renal artery brings blood into the kidney for filtration and the renal vein carries the cleaned blood out of the kidney. This continuous blood flow is essential for the kidneys to filter the blood and maintaining homeostasis. Then you're going to see ureters, this tube collecting urine from the kidney to that urinary bladder, ureter, which is this muscular structure is called urinary bladder. Then this one is a urethra. Urethra in female is specific for that urinary function. In male is for the reproductive and in that urinary function. This model shows all the organs of urinary system together, the kidneys, ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. So you can see how urine flows through the system. Next we will look at the single kidney model which will study the kidney in more detail. The kidney is bean shaped and it is about the size of your closed fist. It measures approximately 10 to 12 centimeter which is 4 to 5 inches long. Although it is a small organ, the kidney has very important functions. We're going to go over those things. It filters the blood, remove wastes, regulate water and electrolytes, help control blood pressure and produce hormones. Now, let us identify its external and internal structure. See adrenal gland. This is a fibrous capsule outside. This inside renal pyramids. In between renal pyramids, renal columns. Then it's a renal pelvis. Renal papillae over here. Then there's this empty space over here. This is a minor calyx, then major calyx, then they become that renal pelvis. So renal pyramid, this one over here minor calyx, major calyx and renal pelvis. This is a renal artery, this is a renal vein. Again this is a adrenal gland. This one pyramid, renal pyramids. This region is a renal cortex. All these pyramid and renal columns you see in this region which is called the medullary region, renal medulla. The outer portion, this portion is a renal cortex. Renal cortex, renal medulla. In renal medulla you see what? Pyramids and columns, renal renal pyramid and renal columns, renal papillae over here, minor calyx and major calyx. So again, kidneys we see renal capsule, renal cortex. This is all renal medulla, renal pyramid, columns, minor calyx, major calyx, renal pelvis. This is a pointy part, renal. This is a renal pyramid. This is pointy part, renal papillae. Then ureter is coming out. This is a funnel-shaped structure, is a renal pelvis. Inside the kidney, when you look at that, I will go over the glomerulus. See. See, these ones are glomerulus, a ball-shaped structure. And this is a cortical region. From here to here, renal cortex. This is a renal medulla. This is a nephrons. There are different types of nephrons. Cortical nephrons, which is the most of the part in the cortical region. This one you can see most of the loop is in that medullary region. This is a juxtamedullary nephrons. So what else we have to know? Okay, this is a Bowman's capsule. This cap-shaped structure, ball-like structure, Bowman's capsule. This is a collecting duct. This is, like I said, nephrons. This is a nephron loop-like structure. This is a blood vessels around vasta recta. So you see Bowman's capsule again. These things are closer to the tube closer to this one is called proximal convoluted tubule. The away from that, if we go like this, is away from this Bowman's capsule, that is a distal convoluted tubule. So this is again this all together, this is a glomerulus, Bowman's capsule, like a cereal cup. This is a cup with a lot of stuff inside. This red blood vessel capillaries we called glomerulus. This is a Bowman's capsule. So you can see those tubes coming in and going out. This one going into that Bowman's capsule, which is afferent arterioles, bringing the blood. When the going out, we called efferent arterioles. Then convolute. This is a tubule, proximal. This one. This is a distal. This is a loop. This one you can see a large portion. Again, these all things called glomerulus, afferent arteriole, efferent arteriole. This one juxtaglomerulus apparatus, this portion. This has a granular cells over here. This is a macula densa. This is in the distal convoluted tubule actually. Blood will come through this. You can see that it's more wider here compared to here. So physiology is very important. So the blood will stuck here for that filtration. Main function of this is what? Filtration. This is called the renal corpuscle, glomerulus and Bowman capsule. This structure together we call the renal capsule. Then we will bring the filter to that proximal convoluted tubule. So it does have that this layer is there. The blood vessel is covered with the peripheral layer and visceral layer is inside. The filtrate will go through this and go into that tubule. This arteries is going around that in between the cortical and medulla region. This is called arcuate vessels. So blood vessels is a divide here. This one we can see that the renal arteries is coming into that kidneys. They become that divide into segmental artery. Then it's become interlobular artery. In each lobes is going to the lobular artery. Then it's become that arcuate artery. They go around that pyramid or the between the cortex and medulla. And in lobular artery going to that this cortical region over here. So over here you can see. That is the urinary system model, so we have it. Make sure you study those information. Okay, again this one, this kidney model, and this one I explained. So what is a kidney? Two of them, renal artery, renal vein, inferior vena cava, abdominal aorta. This is a ureter, bringing the urine to that urinary bladder. This is a urethra. So the kidneys, when you look at that, you see what? Pyramids. This is a medullary region. This is a cortical region. This is a renal papillae. This one is a minor calyx, major calyx, renal pelvis, adrenal glands. Okay, if you have any questions from this one, look at that. If you have anything, let me know. Yeah, we did go over everything. That concludes today's lesson. I hope this video helped you better understand the urinary system and the structure of the kidney. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Your feedback is always appreciated and help me improve future videos. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next lecture.